Hi, my name's Betsy. Welcome to my home studio. I am certified for Kripalu Yoga and Yoga for Cancer. And today we're going to do an introduction to gentle Kripalu, focusing on strengthening your immune system. So welcome and thank you so much for joining me. If you're able to quiet your mind, to hear your breath and your heartbeat, a healing process unfolds that is life-preserving. And during a day like today, in April, just after Easter, which was one of the most unusual Easters we've ever had, it's really important to learn how to quiet our mind and to find ways to go inward and get to know yourself on an intimate level. It can be hard, especially when you're used to the go-go lifestyle. So just think of your body as a flower, and yoga is the spring rain bringing your flower to life. So again, thank you very much for joining this class. So today, if you don't have a Kleenex handy, if you have any stuffiness in your nose, you may want to quickly blow your nose. And if you're getting up to get your Kleenex, in the meantime, I'm going to explain what we're using today. I always have 2 yoga blankets on hand. I'm sitting on one, nice, comfortable seated position. 2 blocks, and if you don't have blocks, you can always use books and just stack them. I also have a bolster behind me that we'll use at the end of the class. If you don't have a bolster, that's okay. I will give you an alternative that you can do without a bolster. So let's find a nice comfortable seated position. We're going to sit in stillness, noticing your natural breath. Nice tall torso. You can have your legs crossed. You can have them extended in front of you. Whatever works for you. Some people like to have one leg in front of the other, which I find very comfortable, but you may not. So listen to your body. Notice your natural breath. Close your eyes. Try to relax every part of your body. Allowing that tension between your eyes just to let go. Notice your jaw. If there's any tension in your jaw, just let it go. Notice your natural breath. Nice tall torso, shoulders back and down, making your upper body as long as possible. Extending that spine towards the ceiling. Allow your mind to quiet. Calming the mind. On your next inhale, inhale through the nose. Take a deep breath, 3-part breath into the belly, the ribs, and the collarbone. And exhale through the nose, letting your belly go down, ribs and collarbone. Inhale through the nose. And deep breath, exhaling through the nose. Inhale, deep breath, belly rises, ribs expand, collarbone raises up. And exhale, belly empties, ribs go back, and your collarbone goes down. One last deep inhale, as deep as you can go. Feeling everything fill in your body. And then exhale slowly through the nose. Very slowly. When you think you've let all the air out, try letting a little more out. And then very gently open your eyes. We're going to do a breathing exercise that really helps to balance your breath, to balance your energy in your body. I want you to take your right hand and take your middle finger and your pointer finger and bend it in towards the palm, and you'll have your two outer hand fingers, your little finger and your ring finger pointing up, as well as your thumb. Bring the points of your folded finger right up to the top of your mouth, gently resting it there. Fingers up. Find what works for you. And I want you to gently press your thumb, very gently, just enough to close your nasal passage in your nose. I want you to inhale through your left nostril and gently bring your two fingers up against your left nostril, and then exhale through the right. Inhale through the right nostril. Bring your thumb to your right nostril and slowly exhale through the left. Inhale through the left nostril. Deep breaths, and place your finger on your left nostril gently. Exhale through the right, extending that breath out as far as you can. Inhale through the right nostril, deep breath in. Change to the left and gently, slowly exhale through the left nostril. Inhale through the left. And cover the left and slowly exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Cover the right nostril. Exhale through the left. Very gentle, slow exhale. Inhale through the left. And exhale through the right. One last time. Inhale through the right. Cover the right. Exhale through the left. Very gently bring your arms down. Notice your natural breath. Are you feeling a little more calm? Hands on top of your knees. Inhale, bringing your arms up, palms facing up, and allow your head to rise. Chin rising with your arms. Reverse your hands and chin follows your arms slowly down. Inhale up. And exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale one last time down. Placing your hands on your knees. Bringing your arms back down. We're going to do one more sun breath. Inhale through the nose, slowly moving yourself up. Exhale through the mouth. Felt great. One more time. Inhale through the nose. And exhale slowly through the mouth. Bringing your arms to the side. Inhale, arms back up. And gently bring your right arm down and extend your left arm over the side of your body, keeping a nice straight alignment from your hips, your spine, your shoulders, and your arm all in line with your ears and your head. Reaching out to that wall to the side. Easy breaths here. If you're having trouble with your breath, come up out of that side bend just slightly. Easy breaths here. Inhale, arms back down. Taking a breath in. And exhale. Next inhale, arms back up. And very gently bring your left arm down and reaching your right arm over. Nice alignment. Everything in line, your hips, your torso, your shoulders, your arms, and your ears, all in a straight line as you reach for that wall to the side. Easy breaths here. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. Inhale oxygen and exhale through the mouth toxins. Inhale, arms back down, bringing your arms to your knees, taking a breath in through your nose. Exhale with a sigh through the mouth. Back to your natural breath. Inhale, your left arm to your right shoulder, your right arm to your left shoulder. Inhale, gently bringing your elbows up. When you've gone as far as you can, start to exhale and release your arms nice and wide. Doing some shoulder warm-up, getting all the synovial fluid in the different joints in your upper body. Inhale, bringing your right arm to your left and your left arm to your right shoulder. Exhale. Inhale, lifting your elbows. And as you exhale, release your arms, nice and gentle, slow, all the way over. Take a breath here. Exhale through the mouth with a sigh, releasing all those toxins. Now, little adjustments. We're going to place our hands forward and come into a tabletop. Now stay on your mat facing forward. I am going to take a blanket, and if you have any knee issues or tender knees, place the blanket about where your knees will be. I'm coming sideways, but you face me. We're going into tabletop. Hands with your palms flat on the ground, fingers wide, directly below your shoulders. Knees directly below your hips, about hip distance apart. Top of your foot, the top of your feet are flat on the ground. Inhale here. And as you exhale, drop your belly down, lifting your hips, shoulders back, chin. Oops, that's inhale. And then gently exhale, bringing your back into a rounded position, tucking your chin. And inhale, forward, bringing your chin forward. Lifting those hips. And exhale. We're doing the 6 movements of the spine. Continue at your own pace. And every time we expand or contract your spine, synovial fluid is rushing in all the openings to help lubricate your spine, to protect it during our yoga practice. So very gently come back into neutral tabletop. Stay in this position, continue breathing. I'm going to make an adjustment and come facing you. Tabletop position, neutral. Very gently bring your right hand directly under your nose, pressing in through the tops of your feet. Inhale, arm up towards the sky, nice twist of the spine, opening up one side, constricting the other, allowing synovial fluid to come inside, and very gently exhale, bringing your hand underneath and resting your head on the mat. Nice side twist of the spine. We can't feel the synovial fluid, but it's moving into all the parts that we're opening up in the spinal cord. Inhale, arm back up to the top. And then exhaling back into neutral tabletop. Placing your left hand directly under your nose. Inhale, your right arm up. And exhaling, bringing your arm over, resting your head on the mat. Hips should be reaching up towards the ceiling. Easy breaths here. On your next inhale, inhale, arm back up. And exhale down to the mat. Stay in the tabletop position. Again, I'm moving over to the side. Now, if you happen to have a blanket under your knees, please move it. You can bring your blocks over to the side just in case you need it. Hands just a little bit wider than hip distance apart, neutral tabletop. And I want you to gently grab a block or come up on the fingertips and gently bring your left leg forward. Tuck your back toe and slowly move your knee slightly back, placing the bottom of your foot or the top of your foot flat on the floor. Front knee should be above the ankle. and leaning in. You can use your blocks to bring the floor closer to you. You want a nice stretch right in this front part of your thigh. You'll feel it on the inside. You'll also feel a stretch on the inside of your thigh here. If you need to bring the floor even closer, come up higher. Find your comfort zone. Keep yourself safe. You can squeeze those glutes and activate them. Easy breaths here. Inhaling through the nose and exhale toxins from the mouth. If this is starting to get to you, as long as there's no pain, just focus on your breath. Now very gently come back and move yourself back into a tabletop or a modified tabletop. Find your comfort zone. Hands slightly wider than hip distance apart, shoulder distance apart, a little bit further, closer to the edge of your mat. Take a breath in and exhale through the mouth. And very gently bring your right leg forward. And again, grab those blocks if you want to bring the floor a little bit closer. Tuck your back toe and slowly move your heel back to your comfort on this stretch. So if you're not using any blocks, your hands can be right here. Blocks can be really helpful if you have shorter arms. You can place them on the short side or the medium or tall. Find your comfort zone. Front knee above your ankle, stretching the front of your back thigh, the inside of your front thigh, pressing that back leg, foot down to help stabilize. Squeeze the glutes. Easy breaths here. Now very gently come back and we're going into, remove the blocks, tucking your toes, coming into tabletop with your toes tucked behind you. Now, if you have any soreness in your shoulders or stiffness, move your hands slightly closer to the edge of your mat. And I want you to inhale and lift your hips, coming into downward facing dog, keeping those knees bent, hips raising to the ceiling behind you. Elbows should be right next to your ears. Nice straight line from your wrist all the way to your hip. Nice stretch in your back. And gently walk the dog, bending alternate knee forward, pressing the straight leg down. Remember, keeping a slight micro bend in your supporting legs. Look forward, bending your knees, and step up to the front of your mat. Now, if you have any water, this would be a good time to take a sip of water. Feet hip distance apart. Allowing your hands to just dangle to the ground. Bending your knees and resting your belly on your thighs. Gentle breaths here, stretching out the back.
Easy breaths. One more breath in and out. As you inhale next, slowly roll your back, allowing your hands to slowly move up, one vertebrae at a time in your back, keeping your chin tucked and bringing your shoulders back, and then slowly lifting your chin. Now we're in mountain pose. On your mat, I want you to go facing the long way of your mat. So just turn yourself, just assuming this is the front of your mat, I want you to come to the center of the long side of your mat. And then gently spread your legs about 3 feet apart, grabbing one of your blocks if you need it. You can also use a chair. Placing a chair in front of you works great for this as well. So place the block directly under your chin as you lean forward. All right, back up to the front, feet facing forward on the toes facing the long side of your mat, side of your feet are on the short side of your mat. Nice tall torso, weight evenly distributed between the feet. And I want you to very gently, bending at the hips, keeping your back straight, coming down and placing your hand on the block or on the floor or even on a chair. That works as well. Taking a breath here. And inhale, grabbing your block or moving your hand on the chair. I want you to bend your left knee, keeping your right knee slightly bent but straight. And you're going to use the block to help stabilize yourself. And inhale, back up. And exhale, bending your right knee. Inhale. Other side, left knee bends. Back and forth with your breath. Exhaling over. Inhaling up. Exhaling over. Inhaling up. Trying to keep your knee above your ankle as you bend that knee. Pressing your hips back behind you, almost as if you're about to sit on a big stump or a stool right behind you. Working the upper legs, loosening up the hips, building the strength in your legs. One last time. Inhale and exhale, and gently move your feet forward, back into hip distance apart, and placing your block on the side. Inhale, slowly coming up, allowing your shoulders to go back and bringing your chin up last. So we're going to go to the front of your mat and we're going into mountain pose. Mountain pose, feet are hip distance apart. To test hip distance apart, put your hands in a fist. Put your thumbs together and gently come down, and your feet should be on each side of the outer part of the arms. So inhale, coming back up. Knees slightly bent. Neutral pelvis. You can move your pelvis around until you feel that neutral spot. Nobody's watching you. You're all alone. And then inhale, keeping knees bent, feet supporting the weight of your body equally. Neutral pelvis, long torso, extending that spine as long as you can, shoulders back and down as if you're kissing the shoulder blades, reaching out through the crown of your head. And you're in mountain pose. Mountain pose is the foundation of every standing pose. Using over 300 muscles. Easy breaths here. Notice your breath. Notice how strong your body feels. How your immune system is supporting the strength in your body. Inhale, arms up and gently bend your knees as if you're sitting in a chair behind you. Go down only as far as you can. If you're having any trouble breathing, I want you to come up just a little bit. Extend your arms up above. They should be elbows directly to the side of your ears, but it's going to be reaching up towards where the wall and the ceiling meet because you're at an angle. I'm turning sideways just so you can see. And then very gently, keeping that squat, the chair pose, take 2 fingers, coming back to the front so you can see. Take these 2 fingers, place it right at your groin area where your leg and your hips attach, that crease right in here. 2 fingers, placing it right at the top of your groin area and gently rubbing back. We're stimulating your lymphatic system, which helps your body rid itself of all toxins in your body. Getting rid of any disease, any illness that your body wants to naturally get rid of. Inhale, arms back up. Notice your breath. If your legs are burning, ease up a little bit or focus on your breath and try to get through it as long as there's no pain. There is no pain in yoga. I'm going to the side so you can see. And then inhale, gently come up. Standing in mountain pose. Taking a breath. I want you to gently move your weight over to your left leg and bend your front leg or your right leg forward. I want you to lift and very slowly as you exhale, placing your foot back behind you. Inhale, arms up, and we're in warrior pose. Check to make sure your ankle is directly below your knee. Both feet should be facing forward. If you feel tension in your shoulders, I want you to inhale, stretching out. Exhale, dropping your shoulders. Squeeze those glutes, squeeze those thighs. Kripalu Yoga, we hold the poses a little bit longer. It's considered a very slow flow. And then very gently turning your back foot to a 90-degree angle and releasing your arms to shoulder height. Smooth, easy breaths. Use the chair if you need. Something for a little bit of support. Easy breaths here. I'm just here working out, imagining you, and in my head I see you working really hard.
Check your arm behind you. And look to the hand in front of you, keeping your arms at shoulder height. I want you to gently lean forward. Drop your front arm and come into triangle. Now, if you need to, grab your block and use your block. Easy breaths here. Gently straighten that front leg. If that's uncomfortable, stay in a side angle. Or try to get a little bit more stretch using your core, using your bones and your muscles. We're activating your cardiovascular system, all of which supports your immune system. Easy breaths here. To release this pose, grab that imaginary rope above you and pull yourself up and bring your legs to a wide stance, back where we were earlier, outer side of your legs towards the short edge of your mat, toes facing the long edge of your mat. Inhale, arms up, and exhale, folding at your hips with a straight back. Using that core, building those muscles. I want you to come down, bringing your hands to the ground in front of you. Remember to keep your knees slightly bent. You don't want to lock them. You'll injure your knees. Hands flat on the ground or on a block, whatever's comfortable for you. Inhale, lifting up slightly, and then exhaling, coming down even more. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. On your next inhale, walk to your right side of your foot or to your left side, and then very gently inhale to the center and then exhale to your right foot. Inhale back to the center and then exhale, reaching out behind you as if you're grabbing a beach ball right between your legs. And then inhale forward. Gently placing your hands on your thighs and bringing your back up. Now we're going to turn to the other side. You know what? We're going to stay in this position, and I want you to walk to the center and come back to the front of your mat. So you will come to the front of your mat here. I'm coming to this side to give you a side view. In mountain pose, nice tall mountain using 300 muscles. I want you to very gently shift your weight into your right leg, bending your left leg, raising your knee up. And if you lose balance, start over, raising your knee up and stepping the left leg back. We're going into warrior one. Notice your front knee is above your ankle. Inhale, arms up. Easy breaths here, squeezing those glutes together, pressing the foot behind you towards the floor, providing more stability. Use a chair for stability if you need, or extending more distance between the front leg and the back. So bringing each foot closer to its respective edge of the mat. Inhale, dropping that back foot to a 90-degree angle, coming into warrior two. shoulders are going to be facing the wall in front of you. Your hip is going to be not squared to the wall. Look at the hand behind you, shoulder height, and look at the hand in front. Continue to look at the hand in front. Make sure your knee is above your ankle. And very gently lean forward and drop the front arm, bring the back arm up. Using a block if you need to support yourself. Now very gently straighten your front knee, going into full triangle. Easy breaths here. Using a chair if you need to. You must be feeling your body warming up. We're activating your sympathetic nervous system, activating your cardio. Very gently inhale, grabbing that rope up above you and gently pulling yourself up. Stepping to the front of your mat. And placing a block or books on each side of your foot. We're coming into mountain pose. Standing in mountain, nice and tall. Equal weight on the feet, the balls of your foot, and the heels of each foot. Long legs, bent knees, just micro bend in the knees. Long torso, neutral pelvis, shoulders back and down, reaching out through the crown of your head. Now very gently shift your weight into your left foot. And I want you to bend your right foot. Trick here is go back into mountain. Notice on your right side the alignment or on your left side the alignment of your leg. I want you to shift the weight from your right foot into your left foot, and then gently bending that knee. Finding a spot on the wall or on the floor, maintaining the mountain pose on your stabilizing leg. I want you to very gently lift your leg up and cross it over. You can place the top of your toe on a block, or you can just hold the pose. Maintaining that support on your supporting legs. Inhale, squeezing the glutes, squeezing the thighs together. Remember to breathe. Breathing plays a big part in balance. Inhale, arms up, and exhale to shoulder height. Bringing your left arm over your right and intertwining your arms, palms together. Now in eagle pose, this is great for balance. I want you to inhale, arms up, exhale down. Inhale, lift your elbows, exhale down. On your next inhale, release the arms and release the legs. Notice, standing in mountain pose, how does your body feel? Should feel energized, and you should also feel slightly off balance. Easy breaths in. Exhale through the mouth with a sigh. Now shift the weight to your right leg Maintaining that mountain pose on your right, bending your left knee, and very gently as you focus on something, bring your leg over, your knee over your right leg. Inhale, arms up, and exhale to shoulder. Now you want to take your right arm and put it underneath your left arm. And inhale, elbows up, exhale down. Inhale up, and exhale down. One more time, inhale up, release the arms, and release the legs. Walk your legs out, come back into mountain pose. Notice, feels a little more balanced, doesn't it? Now I want you to very gently, with your foot or bending down, just move your blocks, move everything off your mat. Back into mountain pose. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive, leading with your chin, flat back, bringing your hands down in front of you, stepping your right leg back, and stepping your left leg back, and coming one last time into downward facing dog. Stretching. Feel the stretch in your lower back. You should feel a nice stretch in your shoulders. Pressing your heels down, stretching the hamstrings. And then very gently bring your knees to the ground, knees out to the edge of your mat, and slowly come into child's pose. Take a few breaths here with your elbow resting on the mat. Two more breaths in child's pose. Very gently come up and bring your knees together, coming forward, resting your head on the ground. This is child's pose as well, but knees together. Notice how that feels different. Very gently bring your arms back behind you, interweave your fingers, and place your hands on your lower back. And this might be enough of a stretch for you. Listen to your body. If you're able, inhale, raising your arms up into Yoga Mudra. Exhale, releasing. And let's come up into a seated position. Sit straight on your mat. No blanket underneath you at this time. Grab a sip of water. We're going to cross. You're going to take your right leg and place your heel right up against the inside of your left thigh. Take your left leg and put it right in front like this, or bring it over your knee. Nice, tall torso, shoulders back and down, reaching out through the crown of your head. Feel the stretch of this pose. Inhale, arms up, and then very gently twist to your left, bringing your left hand behind you, the right hand on top of your knee, or not on your knee, just above your knee, pressing
Extending that twist, looking over your shoulder. 2 breaths holding. Inhale, arms up, and let's go in the other direction. One more breath in. And then inhale forward, and let's do the other side, extending the feet in front of you. This time I want you to take your left leg and bring your heel into your right thigh. Bending your right leg, you can have it directly in front or bring it over. Doing micro movements so that you're comfortable. Trying to center myself so you can see what I'm doing. And then inhale, arms up, long torso, reaching out through the crown of your head and very gently twisting to your right side, looking over your shoulder. 2 more breaths here. And inhale, arms up and coming over to the other side. Inhale forward and extend your legs out in front of you. I'm coming to the side. And I want you to grab a block. If you don't have a block, that's fine. But we're going to sit right on the hips. You're going to balance on your hips, toes, your knees bent towards your chest, toes coming up on your toes. Now at this point, grab your block and place it right between your knees. You don't want to squeeze hard. You want it to be very soft. Nice, gentle squeeze. Can you feel those thighs helping hold that block there? And then extending your arms out, up on your tippy toes. Find the balance. Up boat. This is fine if this is the best you want to do today. Or you can bring your feet up, parallel to the ground. Finding your balance, extending your arms out, squeezing gently on that block, activating your inner thighs, keeping your feet hip distance apart. Notice your breath. And very gently come down, removing that block. Keeping a block close at hand. I'm going to actually move them over here. Extending your legs out in front. So your feet should be towards the front of your mat now. I want you to put your hands on the side and then slowly bring yourself down, using your hands and your elbow for support. And come flat on your back. Oh, that feels good, doesn't it? Now you can stay in this posture. And rest if you have had enough. If you want to join me for one last pose, bring your heels, bending your knees, all the way to the edge of your hips, as close as you can get to your hips. And I want you to very gently lift one shoulder and tuck underneath, lift the other and tuck your shoulder blade under, hands flat on the ground right next to your hips. Feet should be hip distance apart. I want you to very gently lift your hips up to the ground, keeping the knees hip distance apart. If you need to, come back down and put a block between your knees. That is a nice reminder to keep your knees hip distance apart. And very gently come down one vertebrae at a time. Very slowly. Last part that should land on the ground is your lower back. And relax for a minute, taking a breath in. And exhaling with a sigh through the mouth. One more time. On your next inhale, lift your hips back up, squeezing those glutes, using your hands to support. Inhale, lifting a little bit higher, holding, focus on your breath. Continue gentle, easy breaths here. And very slowly exhale, bringing your back one vertebrae at a time down to the floor. Extending your legs out, pointing your toes and extending your arms overhead, giving your body a nice full body stretch. Exhaling, flex your toes towards the ceiling and bring your hands to your sides, squeezing those glutes. Inhale, nice full body stretch. Exhale one last time, flexing the toes, squeezing the glutes. And then very gently relax here. Go into Savasana, allowing your body just to relax. If you're interested, we can do one other thing. Instead of staying in the corpse pose, I want you to take a block and put it at the back of your mat. Grab a bolster or even a cushion off of a couch and place the bolster right in the center. Placing the lower part of your back, your tailbone, right up against the edge of that bolster, grabbing a blanket. You can even have a second one handy in case you need it. Putting them on the side, I want you to very gently, with your hands assisting, bring yourself down onto the mat. Now, if you find your chin is facing up, your spine and your neck are not in a neutral position. So I want you to take a blanket and very gently place it underneath your neck so that your chin is not pointing towards the ceiling. As well, place a blanket on your belly. Elbows and wrist relaxing on the ground. You can bring the bottoms of your feet together into a supported butterfly, or restorative cobbler as it's also known, or extending your legs straight out, just getting a nice stretch in the back, allowing every muscle just to relax. Noticing your breath, clearing your mind, not allowing any thoughts to interfere. If you do have thoughts, acknowledge them, let them go, and go back to focusing on your breath. Relaxing here. Easy breaths. Allowing your body just to melt into the ground. This pose is perfect to stay in for 5 to 10 minutes. We're just short of 5 minutes. I want you to start to wiggle your toes and your fingers, rotating your ankles and your wrist, reverse. Extending your arms overhead, reaching towards the wall, opposite walls with your toes and your hands. And then very gently remove a blanket if you have it on your stomach. Bending your knees. And very gently, especially those of you on a cushion or a bolster, I want you to very gently come over to your side into a fetal position and take a breath or two. And when you're ready, using your hands to bring you back up into a comfortable seated position. Coming up to the front of your mat or wherever you're comfortable in a seated position. Closing your eyes, relishing these moments of calmness. Arms to the side, and if you like, gently open your eyes. Keep them closed if you're good with that. Inhale, arms wide and up, palms together. Exhale, heart center. One more time. Inhale, arms wide, palms together above your head, and exhale to heart center. Leaving your arms at heart center. One last inhale. And as you exhale, we're going to do one Om. Thank you. May your thoughts be positive, may your words be kind, and may your heart be filled with love. Namaste. And thank you for sharing your practice with me.